Hey guys, Jennifer Scrapping Cane here. Today I'm sharing the wedding kit that I put together with Simple Stories Remember collection. This is an 11 by 8.5 layout, and I will be using a cut file from Jillibean Soup that was pre-cut by Not Just for Boys. Here I'm showing you the papers I plan on using, the sticker sheet, a wood grain, and a few embellishments. The wood veneer pieces from Some Assemblage Required. Spoiler alert, they don't make it on the layout. Neither do these chipboard leaves here that I have. And a few of the puffy stickers do make it on. And I will have lost my train of thought. Sorry guys. There isn't kit reveal, I guess you would call it. It's not really an unboxing. It was a kit reveal that I showed the kit that I put together. There's one other layout that I already made. So this is the second layout that I'm doing with this collection. These are wedding photos from my mom and dad's renewal vows that were done about 37 years ago. And I'm trying to get those done. So here I'm doing the cut file. I'm using Shimmer's paints to paint the cut file. And I like for my cut file to have something on it, either, paint, or I usually cut them in pattern paper. This one was pre-cut, so it came to me already cut, and I'm just adding a little bit of extra detail to it. So I'm going to paint just the leaves with the Shimmer's paint, and then I leave the words "Best Dad Ever" just white. So this is just plain white cardstock. I didn't do anything to it, no gesso or anything like that. It doesn't warp too much. I lay it down flat to dry, and it dries pretty quickly with the Shimmer's paint. And I'm trying not to add too much water, but just a little bit so that the color adds on to it. I will go over it back and forth a few times, and that's just to add a couple of different little depths of color. It stays pretty peach color. It's not very bright, and it's not overly in your face, I guess. It's just a really light touch of the peach color. You can see the letters there I already cut. So I cut my letters before I do anything to the cut file. And that's because if it does warp or anything like that, you want to be able to put your letters back in, or at least trace them to cut them. So I went ahead and cut all the letters first. Best is going to be in the lighter blue. Dad will be in the multi-heart paper. And then Ever is in the Bow Bunny green cardstock color. So it's drying now, and think I'm going to pull in my background. Yeah. So I pull in the background sheet here, and I go ahead and cut it, and I'm going to cut it down to 8.5 by 11. And originally I thought this was going to be a portrait layout. So I was gearing up to do it as a portrait layout, and when I go to put the cut file back on in the photos and embellishments, I decide to flip it to 11.5 or 11 by 8.5. And sometimes I do that in my albums. It doesn't matter. It's portrait or it's landscape. If they're really looking at the album, you'll see them twist and turn to kind of look at the layout that's sideways. If they're not really interested, they'll just keep flipping pages. Either way, I do this for me. It's just my creative outlet. It's a hobby. It's something I like to do. I know that eventually one day they'll all end up in the trash because nobody's going to keep this many albums or layouts except for me. So I'm keeping them. I'm enjoying them while I'm here, and whatever happens to them when I'm gone happens to them. That's my thought process on it. I know a lot of people are worried about, their layouts being kept, and I just do it as a creative hobby, and it's something I really enjoy doing, and I love photos. So I'm just going to keep doing it. Whatever happens to them because I won't be here. So I guess I won't find out what they did with them, unfortunately. But as you can see, I started it out as a portrait. I'm going to lay the cut file where I'm placing the peach color. This is marmalade something or other. It's just stress oxide. and I splashed a little bit of water on it, a little bit of Shimmer's paints, just to give it a little something extra. And as you can see, I'm sitting here playing and I turn it and I'm like, ooh, I like this better. So then I pulled another pattern paper that I had in the kit, and I cut it from this paper here. So that's the embellishment piece that I'm going to lay at the bottom. This is a sticker that I'm going to tuck in, and I with my stickers usually I take it's a cornstarch type baby powder, and I put it on the back of the sticker just to take the stickiness away, so that I can play with it more as a die cut versus a sticker. That little banner piece there says "Blessed by You." So the title basically is "Best Dad Ever, Blessed by You." And this little piece here says something to the lines of "Never forgotten and always remembered," which he truly is. He was only in my life for 14 years, but those 14 years made a huge impact on my life. And even to this day, we still talk about him at family gatherings and any kind of time that, we bring up things that he did with us or that we did with him, because he was a very hands-on dad. He loved his girls and he did anything and everything for us. Here at the top, I'm going to add a little sticker that says "Love Always." And I put a little, like, what are those called? A little clip, a paper clip, but it's a sticker. And I'll add a little bit of flowers around it because the paper clip wasn't as wide as the paper that I'm clipping, which is fine. But there was kind of a gap on the photo. So, and I couldn't go any higher because then it would have ran off the layout. So I added the flowers around it to make it a little more of a little tiny cluster, I guess, up there. And here I'm going to attach my cut file, and I just use a little bit of ATG on the back of it, and then I'll use liquid glue for the rest of it. I like to use the ATG and the liquid glue together on any of the play foam, and that just seems to hold a little bit better on the paper long term. So I'm going to put that down. I did scuff up the edges of the paper that I fussy cut from the larger paper, and I had it texture around the photo and around the photo mat. And unfortunately, my light was a little bit off today. It was kind of washing out the layout. I'm not really sure why that was. This is a very light layout. So besides the cut file being with the darker papers and then his photo, it really just kind of goes together for me. And I really like the way that it turned out. And here I'm going to add flatback pearls, and I have a good variety of these in different colors. So I'm pulling out the ones that are going to match the best. I pull out white pearl, and then navy, and one that comes off as the green color that's in the layout. So, and those are the three I'm going to use, just kind of like enamel dots. I'll add a butterfly up there at the top by Best in the leaves. And it just needed a little something extra up there. It was kind of plain up there. This layout doesn't really have any journaling. I might add just a little bit of journaling underneath at the bottom under the cut file. But that'll be done off camera and, just personal family journaling. I won't share that online. And I was trying to figure out the best spot to put them. That's when I decided, I think I need a sticker. So I grab one of the butterflies off the sticker sheet, and I do add a little bit of play foam to the back of it, or to the wings at the top, and then I glue the body part down to the layout. So the play foam will act as a little barrier to keep the wings up, so the butterfly looks like it's flying. And this butterfly didn't get a trail. I noticed the last few layouts with butterflies, I've added trails to them. I didn't add a trail to this one. I just put it kind of in the flowers, so it looked like it was probably landing. And so I didn't add a trail. I just add the 3 little flat back pearls up there, and then I'll add them by the clip, and I'll add them down in the corner of the right hand side. And I believe that's it. And I'll be finished with this one. And I should have a DT layout tomorrow for Trace Jolie's. And I will have another one on Friday for Color Rush Studios. And then Saturday and Sunday are still up in the air. It is Wednesday, but I have not been very productive yet. So we'll see if I get anything done for the weekend. Hopefully I do. I'm really enjoying doing the layouts and getting on YouTube. I'm going to try to do a few of the sketches for 30 days of Christy's Beautiful Life. I love following along with her sketches and using those for inspiration. So here's some close-ups, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!